This week's episode of the Indian Doctor Podcast, you see a light failure. Don't worry though, we do get it sorted. But we talked about a number of good things on this lovely Friday morning where we're off. Spoke about Punjabi random names that Aunty I have. We have discussed how to dry clothes by Shindy standards.
Optimal drying techniques.
Because Karan gets a little bit weirded out about that.
Are my nemesis.
Yeah, they are. I get cussed in Punjabi by my wife because she understands the new Punjabi words, and this is the curse I imposed upon myself by getting her to learn Punjabi.
Pura banda.
Not smart of me to do that.
Brain sing.
Yes. How I also saw Bert Kreischer last week, and a quick wrap up on that. A little life hack with your shoelaces.
Aunty.
And you've got a couple of other things as well that I've fully slipped my mind.
So Aunty's name, random Aunty name, Randy.
Yeah.
Then we talk about the brown CV, the biodata.
The biodata on the CV.
Biodata.
And what was in your what's happening?
What's happening? Oh my God, I burnt my tongue.
Oh, Bachara.
And I am free from tyranny and oppression. Shindy is no longer in my calendar.
That's it. Happy days. Check it out. Let us know your thoughts. Drop us a comment and we'll see you there. Peace. What's up, people? Welcome to this week's episode of the Indian Doctor Podcast. We are back in Mavi headquarters studios, whatever you want to call it. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think it should be called.
That is interesting. I would like to hear suggestions. Mavi manner is what I like.
Yes.
Indy thinks it's a bit too old school, a bit too formal, but is in keeping with the character of the property, I feel.
It is.
Mike needs to be closer. Tiga?
No, it's fine for me. Actually, we'll pull yours up a little bit. Just a little bit.
Relax it, but no one can see my face.
There we go. That's fine. That's fine.
There we go. Hanji.
Sorted. What's going on?
What's going on? It's very early. This is probably the earliest we've shot a podcast ever.
What time is it?
That's what
10 past 10.
That's what I do. Yeah.
Happy
exactly.
days. It's a Friday. Your favorite day to record?
Yeah, this is a bit of mixed feelings for me here because yes, Friday definitely is the best day to record, or Saturday. We've got one of those lined up as well.
Yes.
Just because you have that feeling, end of the week is fun. It's definitely a fun thing to do, man.
Yes,
podcasting.
it is.
But then I know straight after this I'm going to work.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, this week has been mainly a hospital week for me, which I haven't done in donkey's months, man. So I've done 4 hospital days this week.
Don't let anybody fall badly ill in the hospital.
Oh no!
Be tentative.
Be a good doctor.
Be attentive.
Don't shout at them about not taking their tablets.
Yes.
But no, actually, in general, it's been a really, really fun week.
Yeah.
I think maybe because of the fact I don't do generally 4 days anymore. I tend to do, 1 day, 2 days, whatever. It just varies. And I was supposed to be on a course this week, and I just showed you a picture who I could have met yesterday. So guys, yesterday I was supposed to be in London, but for whatever reason, I couldn't go to the course. And in the hotel where the course is being taught. Shot, yeah. Well, no, the course is being shot. That's being taught.
Okay,
there's a film being shot.
The film
with
is being
Keanu Reeves, aka John Wick 4. Must be for number 4, isn't it?
I think it's probably 4, aka Neo, aka
Neo.
Mr. Frugal.
Yeah, exactly. So Mr. Frugal would have been meeting other Mr. Frugal and exchanging frugal ideas. And the thing is, when I saw the picture yesterday, I checked with my mate, whose dad runs a course, and he was like, "Yeah, it's real. It's not like a fake picture."
Did everyone get a picture with him?
No. And then, and I was like, "Oh, I had the perfect thing. I'd go behind him, slowly creep up behind him, and then
no,
be
you
like,
wouldn't. He'd kick your ass.
Listen,
Don't do that.
Listen. And then I'd Galson, and then I'd be like. You think that's air you're breathing? Morpheus.
I haven't watched it.
Oh God, right. Okay, this is...
Actually, I have seen The Matrix, but that's a very specific Matrix reference.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really famous. So he goes into The Matrix, and because he's like, I know Kung Fu. And then Morpheus is like, show me. Don't think you are, know you are. I know these lines, man. So I would have just dropped it on him, and he would be like, this man's a G in it.
I don't know if he would. He'd probably be like, what?
No.
I don't think a lot of actors...
you got to remember.
I don't think a lot of actors memorize every single line they talk about.
You have to remember, every actor has a breakout film.
They do have a breakout film.
The film that they are known for forevermore.
Yeah.
The Matrix, who originally were going to cast Will Smith as Neo.
They were, I remember, yeah.
Right?
He did a video about it. Yes.
Okay, so this is his thing. And I was telling somebody yesterday who asked me about Neo, obviously Keanu Reeves, and 75% of his profits he gave away.
I heard about this, yeah.
The Matrix. He travels on the metro. He often, there's pictures of him giving up his seat. And
just a normal guy.
Normal guy, frugal, great at his craft. Great at his craft. And so that's who I would have been. So mixed feelings in that sense, because I know I have to go to work, but you convinced me. You got me up in the morning, which is good.
I'm very glad.
You always do convince me to do things I don't really want to do, like doing the podcast.
Yeah, you do. You do. You want to do it now, mate.
Famous amount of given. Indy had validation this morning from Dad. That's a very rare thing for him.
Really?
As in, let me
rephrase that.
Yeah, rephrase. What did you say? There's a really good reel I was watching about us where, it's about the WWE.
Let me reevaluate.
Yeah, let me reevaluate what I just said there. And see, the funny thing about that is, so my aspirations of the podcast that we do this live in person for you guys, selling out arenas, right? And Indy's like, I'm going to say something, man. I'm going to say something, man. I'm going to cancel here, And there's no retakes or anything. And I was like, look, it's worth the risk, man. It's worth the risk. If we go out on the sword. And then, he said to me, this kutta, right? He said to me, if I'm going down, I'm taking you down. So if I say something stupid, you can't continue the podcast.
But he said this.
Yeah. He pulls out his list. Look what Karan said. Look how many times he exposed where I work. Right. And no, so what I meant by that comment about Dad is for him to validate something he doesn't really understand fully, like social media or TikTok. Right, because he's not really grown up in that kind of genre, that generation who appreciates that, but he's genuinely impressed. And I show him the content, he genuinely giggles. Right, so this is somebody, your dad's age, our dad's age, who even for them, the content is appealing. That's really interesting, obviously, because we look at the analytics.
And it means they understand it. Yeah.
Yeah, they understand the reference, and it's still valuable to them.
A lot of our analytics are the younger gen, but if it works for the older gen as well, that's helpful.
Yeah, even though they're not using the platforms.
Yeah.
When we showed to them, they're like, yeah, that's pretty good. And actually, from a content idea generation point of view, there's so much there.
You know what I was thinking the other day?
Go on.
I thought there could be someone watching right now, who is taking all of our concepts from the podcast and making like their own videos off it.
There could be.
And I was like,
who said that?
I feel a bit weird about this. I'm like, are they taking opportunity?
Yeah, Andrew Tate. He said the same. No, Andrew Tate's doing it. As in the same thing about how his social media platforms might have been blocked, whatever.
Yeah.
But there's people just repurposing his content like crazy. Joe Rogan, man. Like Joe Rogan, this channel is dedicated just Joe Rogan snippets, which is not from Joe Rogan.
No. You're missing the point. So imagine we talk about an idea and someone goes and does a skit on it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, not repurposing our stuff. No. Actually just taking it and making it.
Just taking it and making it.
So why are you worried?
I'm not worried. I just thought about it.
Worried.
I
was
like, shit, okay.
Indy worries about things.
I never thought about this. I'm telling you, man, when I'm lying there in bed at night, these are the things I think about.
He worries about things.
I sit there and I'm just like, yeah, that might be happening, that also might be happening.
Sanj, next time this happens, give him a shot of insulin.
How does she know? She's asleep by this point.
No, but I'm telling you now for next time. Sanj, stay awake, stay guard, pretend you're asleep, do the one eye technique, right? When you think he's a bit like, woo, doing this, right? Jab him with the insulin, he'll drop his blood sugar, he'll pass out and go to sleep. That's it.
I'll also die, but yeah.
We are willing to take that risk.
I don't think you are. You're not willing.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. But I think just the power of observation, right? Conversations that we hear the elder generation having and seeing, there's so much content there. Just to discuss, because there's so many things we do and we just don't, we don't put like a name to it, or talk about it. But actually, everyone knows that we do these things.
Yeah.
So it's Friday. I think I'm seeing you tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I'll be by tomorrow evening.
We'll do some funny stuff tomorrow. So guys, we've got some really funny shit that we're going to be releasing very soon.
Hi, he swore.
Well, yeah, well, semi.
Well, are there levels to this game?
There are levels, man. The F word, the C word are complete no-nos.
Okay, C word is like the asli.
That is the ultimate, the Mahadev of...
That's the one you can't touch. The F word's okay.
The C word is the PC word in Punjabi. Their equivalent.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
You think the English C word is higher than the Punjabi PC word?
Yeah, of course I do. Because Punjabis use that so willy-nilly.
Yeah,
they use that too much. They diminish the meaning behind it or the significance of it.
You think PC is on the level of F?
Yes. Or maybe beneath.
Oh, wow.
Maybe beneath.
What about MC?
Oh, that's rare. I'll put that above, because you don't hear that very often.
Because you hear it less. So you base it on that. Okay. Fine. But then, shit. I mean, I wouldn't say that's really a swear word. I don't classify it as a swear word. I use it very rarely as well. But I have sworn to you, not at you, in the last...
I think you sworn at me as well. That's okay.
No, not at you, to you. In a few voice notes. In the last week, Indy sometimes frustrates me, guys.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, he frustrates me because...
I'm frustrating you?
Listen to what I'm saying, then you can come in. So he frustrates me with voice notes about... he has such little hope about, certain things. It's like, maybe, or when this happens, if this happens, I'm like, listen, right? We are invested. This is happening. It's just a case of when it's going to happen, and this is what we're going to do. Da 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 da. And and I think I'd finished my shift. I was on such a dopamine high, and you were like, "Why are you still awake?" And I'm like, "I'm blasting background music. I'm driving home
at 11 p.m."
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm sending these voice notes.
I'm like, "Garden, it's Indy time now."
I'm just talking to myself, basically. It's basically me giving pep talks to myself in the Gurdwara.
That you listen back to afterwards.
Yeah. That I send to you, and I'm like, I come home and I give him the bump, man. I give him the bump.
WhatsApp needs to give us a functionality to show that someone has listened back to their own thing.
And how many times?
How many times have you listened to my voice note?
Dangerous, isn't it?
Give me the analytics. Yeah.
Do you use that expression?
Get it?
Bump did it. Bump. Mar the pump. MDP.
Yeah, but mar the pump means many things.
It can do.
It's a very, very iffy phrase. Yeah, that's why I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Yeah. I wouldn't go around saying that to people like, hoi, mar the pump. No, I wouldn't say that. I would like, pump mar.
That sounds like you're actually inflating something though.
Yeah, it does.
No, but actually,
pump mar. There you go.
Yeah. It sounds like you're inflating a ball or a tire, but I know when to give you the bump.
Yeah.
Because then you go into Super Saiyan mode.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? So if we had to do a Dragon Ball Z reference here, and we're going to talk about Indy Stop in a second.
Thank you. I'll take the pillow away, actually. Go on. Yeah,
I would say I'm comfortable in my energy usage in a resting state, staying a Super Saiyan. You know when Goku and Gohan work out to just walk around Super Saiyans all the time?
Oh, passive. Yeah.
Yeah, passive, right. I think I've got that, right? But you're like Goku the first time he had to go Super Saiyan and it take like Krillin's death to get there, and he had to get really rage with Frieza.
Yeah, that's me.
Right? And I was like, I have to keep giving the bump him. I was like, come on, Indy, come on. It's like I'm doing chest compressions to your bumper ego. Come on, Indy, come back to life. Right? But then it happens, and then I'm like, yes, now he's on fire. Now he's ascended Super Saiyan, the electrics around him.
Yeah, he's cracked a few ribs, that's it. I'm okay now.
That's it. Had a few adrenaline shots. Bit of insulin in there.
Oh, man.
Right, let's talk about your t-shirt, man.
Yes, so this is a present from Bao yesterday for my birthday.
Okay. When you say yesterday?
He forgot to give it to me when my throat's going. He forgot to give it to me in Oxford when we all met.
He forgot your birthday.
No, he came to it, but he forgot to bring it with him.
Okay.
So I got home last night to Mum's. He was there.
Yeah.
And he packaged it up in a old ASOS bag. So I thought, you bought something from ASOS. This is weird. And I was like, okay, I don't know why he did this. I opened it and he resealed it as like packaging because he doesn't enjoy wrapping stuff.
Interesting.
So he put it in there and he put the t-shirt in like a shoebox. So I opened it and I said, am I going to have to return this to ASOS? He said, maybe.
You are just not under, you're just trying to work out.
I'm just thinking, why you bought me a pair of shoes from ASOS? Because it was clearly a shoebox.
Right.
But in the shoebox, he had this and he had a pair of trainers.
Oh, okay. There were trainers in there.
Yeah. And the pair of trainers were Kobe Bryant trainers, like really old ones that are really hard to find.
Yeah. This is your guy now.
Yeah. So I was like, fuck. Okay, damn. Really appreciate that. But this is amazing. I wasn't going to wear this, but he gave it to me and I was like, I got to wear this tomorrow.
So is it like, I'm trying to work out, what is the kapra?
So it's a football t-shirt.
Right. Got it.
That's from Japan.
This is Japan's football.
This is
national
their own limited edition t-shirt, apparently.
JFA.
Yeah.
Japan Football Association.
Yeah. Japanese Football Association. Yeah.
Okay. So what we got?
And it's just got Vegeta everywhere. That's it.
Oh, there's no Goku. It's just Vegeta.
It's all Vegeta.
Interesting. Vegeta's character arc. I'm gonna give a shout out here to Sunny. Oh shit! Sorry.
Yada.
So Sunny, so hilarious. He's also a big Dragon Ball Z fan. We went through a phase where. So do you remember when you watched Dragon Ball Z? There's bits where the characters aren't talking, but they're thinking, but there's narration from the voice.
Yes.
Right? And Vegeta's always frustrated. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
God, why isn't Kakarot coming to me?
Yeah, no.
Why can't I get Super Saiyan 3?
I'm a prince. And I'm the Prince of Darkness. And how is he Super Saiyan? Yeah. So that kind of stuff. And you see the Pasina.
Yeah.
Coming down
and the vein popping on the left.
Yeah. He's such a small guy. And so Sunny just randomly would just send me these clips. And I just burst out laughing. And so Vegeta's such an interesting character. He's such a frustrated guy.
You know, Sunny, he's so mad with Dragon Ball Z because at uni he completely ruined his exam prep by just watching bare Dragon Ball Z in first year. He said, I'll study. He didn't do it, and he was just watching loads of Dragon Ball Z. He's like, sick. It's a mindset. I got it, man. I got it.
Yeah. He did fine.
He did fine at the end.
He made it.
That's extreme. That's extreme. Sorry, you were saying Vegeta's such a frustrated character.
He's such, like he's a small dude. He's royalty, but then he can't become Super Saiyan. And then like he hates Goku, but he can't stop loving him because he's so nice to him. So much Nimrata, from
Goku is low key very nice to him.
Do you know what I mean? So it's so
I think he's too nice to him personally.
Yeah. And then, but he's a nice guy, isn't he? He's thinking about the pala of everybody. He's thinking
Goku?
he's thinking about the greater good. He's a humanitarian, utilitarianism. That's what Goku's about.
Yeah.
And then Vegeta's all about glory, isn't he?
Yes,
but then he gives Shahidi, doesn't he? Remember in the Freezy stuff?
Yeah, loads of times.
Freezer.
Loads of times.
Yeah.
Loads of times he just like sacrificed himself. Or
Right. So there is that notch to him as well, and he obviously loves Trunks. That's a side we don't.
We're just talking about Dragon Ball Z. We're not even talking about
I know,
the other spin-offs. The other spin-offs, his character arc goes in different directions, which I'm not familiar with. But yeah,
haven't seen Dragon Ball, haven't seen GT, haven't seen any of that new shit.
Or Super.
Z was the one, man. Or Super, yeah. But okay, so it's all Vegeta.
It's all Vegeta.
Yeah, it's visually, it's very, very appealing.
Visually very nice, isn't it?
Oh, you got Adidas there, didn't see that? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so what else happened with you?
So update, I went to the comedy show last week with Bert Kreischer.
On your ones?
On my ones.
Hanji.
That was interesting.
So let's break it up. There's the show.
Yeah.
And you doing it solo. Tell me both parts.
So I finished work at the flat about 5.
Right.
Got changed and I was like, let me dress up a little bit. So I wore some nice kapre.
You dressed up for yourself?
Yeah.
Wow, I love you,
dressed
man.
up for myself.
This
to look good,
is a man in fashion, okay?
Yeah.
He dresses up to impress himself.
Of course.
I like this. Define dressing up.
I wore a new jumper that I bought or was given as a present. I wore that.
Recycled present, yeah.
Yes. I wore a little chain. I wore a little special ring.
What, sorry?
A little chain.
What's a little chain?
I have a little silver chain. I wear it out sometimes.
Sorry, this is outside,
like a necklace.
Like here.
No. It goes like around my neck.
Like rap artist.
Yeah.
Like Mayweather.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Even though it cost me like 20 quid. Yeah.
Bro, you are definitely in fashion. What was the next thing you said? You got a ring.
I've got loads of rings at the flat that I just don't wear, and I've got a bag of them.
Rings.
I've got a bag of them. I just don't remember to wear them.
Which finger do you wear the ring on?
So it's a ring that's a crown. I put it on my index finger just so I can twirl it as I'm thinking. Because it has little crown notches, I spin it on my finger and it helps me think.
I feel like after 103 episodes, I don't even know you, man. Like this is a side I have never ever seen.
Yeah. This is me making an effort.
Have you got a hat? Do you wear a hat?
I did wear a hat because it was cold, so I had to wear a duppy.
Oh, okay.
Just
but not like a bowler hat.
No. Oh my God, bowler hat. No.
Have you got a cane?
No. Then it was trainers, jeans.
Okay.
Oversized jacket because it was cold. Yeah. So walk to the station, get on the tube, get to Hammersmith, all good. Get out of Hammersmith and the queue was unbelievable.
Aha, I know now. So let's orient, because I've had a similar experience there. So you got the Hammersmith Polo, which is there.
Yeah, in front of you.
You got the what they call the barricades.
Yes.
Right. And so has the line gone so long that you stop seeing the venue?
Yes.
Wraps around the left.
It wraps around to the left, then comes back to the front.
Yep.
Then goes down the side.
Yeah.
I've never been in a queue that big that goes down the side.
Last March, I and Audi, the same thing. And I was like, because we've been in Bungalow Showdown. I didn't think this part existed that you could queue.
Yeah.
All right, so you're in the queue.
So I walked all the way down the opposite street.
Yep.
I've never been down that street before. It's kind of rough.
Yeah, no reason to go there.
I got down there.
You're like such a nice venue.
Yeah.
And then you got this, and you're like, oh, okay.
Got down there, and loads of white people. I didn't see a single ethnic person or white people.
Okay.
That's it.
Dad like that?
I wasn't dad like that. I was like, oh, okay, I understand the audience now.
Change his name in it.
Huh?
Change his name. It's not Inderveer today. It's Mr. Indy. Ian. Hi guys, I'm Ian from the podcast.
Ian's in the house.
The Ian and Doctor podcast.
Yeah, the Ian and Doctor podcast, baby. Right. So walking up, standing behind a bunch of people on my own. I got my headphones in. I'm just listening to a different podcast.
Jamming.
Chilling. Get inside eventually, and I'd already planned ahead. I know what the drill is. You obviously have a bottle of Barney, and you have to tip the Barney before you get in. So that way, there's nothing in there.
Correct.
But you have to re-queue up to get to the front. Now, here's a gripe I have with Hammersmith. They didn't have a jug of water on the side that you can just pour something into. I had to queue up
for the bar.
That took half an hour.
Yeah.
So that's
Cursed Child, when we were recently, had that system. They had the jug.
Yeah, the jug is brilliant because people who are sober, like me, it's nice.
Yeah, so you got to queue up at the bar. But here's a quick key question: was it better than Manchester's Barney?
Oh yeah, it's fine.
That's dirty Manchester Barney. ਅਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਕਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ. ਹਰਵੀਰ ਕੌਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਾ.
Yeah, O2 Academy, disgusting, man.
It's the same brand, Hammersmith.
Yeah, but Goran, that venue was run down.
Yeah.
That venue needs renovation.
Yeah, the
pipes need changing.
When we booked it, we were like, oh, it's gonna be sick, man. Prestige. It's obviously Russell Peters. Let's see him in like a proper
Manchester.
venue. Yeah, but
If
Manchester.
it's at the MEN,
Yeah.
that's prestige.
That's the thing. Yeah.
If it's at the O2, you think it is.
you
but
think
it's, but it's
exactly,
just sponsored.
exactly.
Just sponsored by the
yeah,
O2.
yeah. So that was the perception. But yeah, Hammersmith is just a different level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your Barney.
So got my Barney, sat
Yeah.
down, and I'm sitting next to a couple guys who came on their own as
okay.
well. Because it wasn't all single seats, but it seems like there were spare single seats around me.
You said
so
that's why you got a good seat as well. Where were you sitting? Stalls.
Stalls. So the stage is to my right, and I'm in the first row of stalls, like the first batch, the first block.
Nice.
That one, I was
premium.
at the back seat of the first block of stalls.
Okay.
So I had 2 spare seats next to me. 2 warm-up acts come on. They were okay. Weren't anything special. Then they had an intermission. And by the time Bert came on, there was a couple who sat next to me. 2 spare seats. I thought, this is great. But the couple showed up. They didn't laugh once.
In what, the main act?
The whole show.
Okay. Were they clearly from the UK?
I didn't hear them laugh, so I couldn't guess.
No, but looking at them.
They looked like they were British, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because sometimes I don't know why you'd go, but if you don't understand the humor, or you're not translating it quick enough, you might not get it.
Potentially. I mean, they looked British. It doesn't mean that they are, right? They looked it.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, cool. You're clearly unhappy. Fine.
Wow, like proper ducky face.
It was
just
like
stoned. Maybe he was stoned. Could
he
this be
didn't
a
look it.
possibility?
He didn't look it. He didn't look phased
Not
out or
glazed
anything. So this guy's not laughing.
Yeah.
Fine. The show's going on. Bert's doing well. Everyone's clearly had too much to drink at this point around me. And there's one young guy in front of me who's an absolute little shit.
What, heckler?
This guy,
Heckler.
he was laughing louder than everyone on purpose, but he was making random sounds halfway through when Bert was speaking.
Okay.
Meh,
Do the laugh he was doing?
meh.
Do the laugh he was doing?
I can't do it.
Was it like an extended, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Actually,
Disproportionate.
that's a very good impression. Yeah,
Disproportionate
I'd say that.
to-
It didn't make sense what he was doing.
To the timing
and
and
whenever the guy would say something, he'd like point to his friends like this, pretending like the guy can fucking see him. I said, dickhead, we're in darkness. He can't see you. And he's doing all these random sounds and shit. Yeah, dickhead. So he's doing all these sounds and shit.
Yeah.
And it crosses your mind. Everyone's looking at him and you think, do you be the person to stand up and say something?
Like,
and
throw that dickhead out.
Listen, calm yourself, innit? You're clearly being annoying.
Yeah.
His mates were not reacting to anything he was saying.
Were they
either
also
around
drunk?
him. They weren't as drunk as him by the looks of it. They were trying to enjoy the show. But he was doing something and he'd look around for approval like this. And he kept on going. And I'm thinking, oh,
Just
you're
an
getting
idiot.
worse.
Idiot.
And people around me are looking at him thinking, shut up. So you think, do I tell this guy to pipe down and shut up? But then you're thinking, you don't know how drunk someone is and what they're like when they're drunk. So maybe they're gonna try and get physical. Maybe they're gonna try and cause a problem.
This is one of those where it could be a small thing,
Yeah.
but it becomes a massive thing.
Yeah. And you just leave it. So I just thought, you know what? He'll blow himself out. Eventually he did. He just calmed down after about half an hour.
Fell asleep, comatose.
The great thing about Bert is that he is a fantastic storyteller. I put him amongst like top 3 storytellers I've ever heard because he can tell a standard story about his family, make it sound so good that his life is great. But it's just a normal story about his family
that we could have.
But he emphasizes it so well and he tells it so beautifully. And I just sit there and think, that's an art, how you're able to do that. So he uses his family as material all the time.
Good.
And that's his never-ending stream forever. So he's gamed the system. And he's got such loyal fans that they will ask him to retell old stories. So they'll shout things out and they'll be like, Bert, tell this story. He's like, remind me how it goes. Yeah. And then someone will say it. He'll be like, all right, got it. And then it'll go. And obviously he's got his famous story about being the machine and how he joined the Russian mafia when he was a kid. He told that at the end from start to finish again. And everyone loves it. And the crowd goes wild whenever they hear it.
So this is interesting. So here's comedy, because obviously there's different comedy styles.
Yeah.
There's no observational comedy, per se.
Very slight, very
all
slight.
about his life.
Yeah, it's all about his life and observations about his life and his family and situations he's been in. So he told a story about him being in a raffle show, going to a raffle event at a school. Yeah. How are you going to make that funny? He made it hilarious.
Like you said, so it's not what you do.
Or he went to an auction with his daughter. That was hilarious. It's just how he does it. He emphasizes small points very well.
It's like live editing.
What would you mean?
So sometimes I look at our stuff, when we get the reels and it's edited, I'm like, yo, that looks even funnier than when we actually did it in the podcast.
Yeah.
Because edited well, right? Like the effects and the angles and the shit.
He must record it, listen to it back, tweak bits every time that he tries it, and then makes it better and better each time.
So when I sat with the Suk we had on the podcast, Suk Wrestling, so she was saying this thing about how when comedians are, testing material, they record all this stuff, right? And then there are certain jokes they say we build on, we use again and again. They become like a somebody going to get hot real bad recipe as example. Yeah. And so I've seen Suk a few times now, and I've seen how the joke has evolved, how she knows exactly where to stand, where to look, where to pause, body posturing, and it just bangs even more every time. Just like live editing. That's what I meant by that expression. But it's not that you had a fantastic night. It
was good, man. It finished about 10-ish. He didn't have a phone ban in there either. He didn't have the Yonder bag or anything like that.
The Americans tend to do that.
Yeah, but I don't think... Kevin Hart. Number one, I don't think he's big enough for it, monetary-wise. It doesn't make sense for him. Yeah. He's not telling anything super exclusive in that way.
Well, it's about his life.
And fans are quite loyal. They didn't get their phones out. They got it out at the end when he was saying bye.
Interesting.
But otherwise, he was fine. Obviously, he gets on stage, he takes his shirt off immediately because he's fat, and he just shows his belly. That's his USP, and people go wild when he does it.
And then he puts it back on?
No, he leaves it off the whole show.
The whole show, he's half Nanga.
That's his thing. That's his whole character.
People, I think we might be onto something here. So something that's coming very soon.
The reason why it works for him, Karan, is because he's obese. That's why it works for him.
You could get the cheese khaya kar. Aloo matar nala tu khaya kar. So something we're going to do very, very soon is challenge segments. I'm not going to disclose what they are at the moment, but we're going to do some funny stuff, okay? Mainly going to be torturing Indy on the podcast live. It's been agreed by Sanj.
No, it's funny. You're going to torture me. Yeah. I'm the one that edits it. Yeah. Do you think I'm going to be the one that puts it out?
Sanj?
What do you think she's going to do? Oh, Indy, can you edit it? Yeah, working on it.
Sanj?
Boss. That's what I'll say.
Have words with this one, okay?
I'll say, I'm working on it.
How do you feel about that?
I feel about what?
Just one episode. One segment with your top off. Good enough.
No.
You got such a beautiful body.
No, I don't. No, I don't. Let's not flatter things here. No, I don't. Okay. But it works for him because he's obese and he's got a massive belly and people love it. He was chugging beers on stage, everything. He was a very good showman and he's very good at his act. So I was happy I saw him because I listened to his podcast, Two Bears, a lot. Okay. So worth it. Definitely fun going on your own. Don't not go on your own. You still have a good time. If anything, you can just go enjoy it and come home. You don't have to dissect it. You can just simply take it in and leave.
That's nice. Yeah. I like that. So you had a good experience. You dressed up for yourself.
Yes.
I like that. You swagged out.
Yes.
Because you're in fashion.
Yes.
And you've shown that you can have a good time on your own.
Perfect.
And
what do you need?
Especially after you're married.
Yeah.
It's nice sometimes, isn't it?
It's light work.
That's why we started a podcast.
Yeah. Tell me your bits. What's been going on with you?
I've already told you.
No, you haven't.
I have. Well, I've told you about things that we didn't really plan on talking about. But I burnt my tongue.
How?
Meri jeeb sargi. It's not a nice experience. Right, it's right at the tip, right? Which means then you have to be very cautious about everything else. You drink hot. I use a tongue scraper. Using tongue scraper, I have to go, I have to stop and then go, oh. So we're out for a meal. Now, I've been very good in January. I basically said to Shindy, we had a very heavy Christmas, had family over. We ate loads. I was like, we're going to do very minimal eating out. We did one for your birthday, which is obviously fine, birthday. We're going to do one next week, but we're into February. We did one this week. So with some friends, and starters came out, and the other person we were with offered some, what the starter was. It was like this mushroom hot thing. It looked like a, I don't even know how to describe it, man. It's like a ball. Jalapeno poppers that you get Chiquitos.
Yes.
Looked like that, mushroom and cheese inside.
Okay, fine. That makes sense. Thank you.
I can't remember what the name of the thing was.
Now you make sense.
Right. Anyway, she says, yeah, fine. Get it. Take a little bite. Bang. Burnt. Ruined my whole bloody evening. Wow. So I'm sitting there with a burnt jeeb, having to chug all this pani down.
Yeah.
And they're like, a bit like this.
Oh, mate.
Right? And I'm just like, all this for bloody mushroom.
Yeah. That you probably didn't even want.
So, the evolution of the mushroom. In your family, how is the mushroom perceived?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Right?
I think everyone's okay with it.
From the start.
But at work yesterday, there was a leaving do for someone.
Right.
We were all given pizza by work
from?
For free. From Pizza Pilgrims.
Okay,
place in London.
I like Pizza Pilgrims.
And they sent 10 pizzas over for all of us, which is fine. 2 of them were just mushroom and cheese pizzas.
Whoa. Just
mushroom and cheese.
There's no pineapples. There's no tomatoes. There's no sweet corn. There's no onions.
Nothing.
Mushrooms and
cheese.
That's disgusting.
Fucking criminal. I looked at it and I thought, this isn't pizza. Fuck off.
That's PP. That's poverty pizza. That is.
Poverty pizza.
That's poverty pizza. Like,
tomato ain't even that expensive.
Bro, like, I'm just saying, like, how can the main feature ingredient be the mushroom? It's an accompaniment.
Yeah, but in fairness, there was one that didn't have any cheese and it was just tomato.
Oh, red base.
And that actually tasted a little bit like garlic bread. Just with heavy herbs.
I've had that before.
Which worked. I was like, okay, I understand this.
Yeah. It's different sauce.
But the tomato one, I looked at it, I thought, sorry, the mushroom one, I looked at it and thought, no, I'm not touching it.
You're having a laugh.
Can't do it.
Are you taking the piss, mate?
Taking the piss.
Aki shit.
Exactly.
Bloody mushroom khan lu.
Exactly.
Muscle burn. Muscle don't you burn it? You wanted paneer bread, didn't you? You have paneer on pizza?
You know what? I've never tried Mr. Singh's pizza.
Right. Challenge segment. We're gonna have Mr. Singh's tandoori paneer. That's the best way to have
it. Tandoori fucks my tit.
It's not actual tandoori. It's not spicy.
But the tandoori seasoning, the red seasoning, that's what ruins me at weddings. That's why I don't eat at weddings.
Guys, if you want to see it and you want to see his IBS...
I don't want to see it.
If you want to see his IBS flare... To be fair, you won't see it. I'll have to hear it and see it afterwards. Yeah. For you guys, he'll enjoy it. It's good though, the paneer. We won't get to tandoori, but we'll get paneer on pizza. Yeah,
normal paneer is fine. I got no problem with that. I've never tried a Mr. Singh's pizza with just paneer on it.
That's fine. We will have that.
Let's do it.
Done. Right, so... Evolution of the mushroom. It's a very interesting thing, right? Because you look at it and you think mushroom, like... So my dad hates mushroom. Tiga. So much that he tells people when he's in a restaurant he's allergic. not like a little bit allergic, like
severely allergic.
Like anaphylaxis, I need EpiPen allergic.
That's what he says.
No, well, he stresses it that much. He doesn't actually say that, but that's what it sounds like, right? And
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. He knows, and so we have this thing in it, like even if he's not going to have. So when we have pizza, he likes a spicy one, so the veggie hot one. If you go Domino's, right? But if you're getting the normal one, even though he might not want that one, the non-spicy, he doesn't like it with the mushrooms on it. He just doesn't want to see it. He's like, get that shit out, right? So now Shindy really loves mushrooms. Now they're both vegetarian. Okay, this is funny. So mushrooms generally tend to be something that vegetarians will become accustomed to because whatever. And before I got married, I wasn't really into it, probably because of being around dad. But then Holly, Shindy got me around eating mushrooms in various things. I have found, as long as it's seasoned right, like a garlic seasoning on a mushroom, on a bit of bread, like a bruschetta or whatever, banging. Yeah, love that all day. But still, it's not like a main ingredient. It can't be an accompaniment. It can only be an accompaniment, right? Yeah. So to have it on a pizza, on its own, not buying that. And then here, and I'm like, I've just sacrificed my tongue for the rest of the meal that I can't now enjoy to burn it on this bloody thing.
So how did you consume the rest of the food?
I had to eat it, and then obviously I had to make conversation.
Did you do like a knife and fork, put it in the back of your mouth and
chew? Yeah. It was all like... This can be good for the reel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a funny experience. It's just, you only get older and silly little things happen like that, or if you bite your tongue. Or if you
still bite my tongue. I bit my tongue yesterday.
Right, and you feel stupid, don't you? You're like, how did I consciously do it?
It's unconscious, that's why.
When you eat food and you get like a cut or a shala on the side, because you bite it, and you're like, how am I, how thick am I?
How do I bite the side of my mouth?
Yeah, how did I do that? Like, this is, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Are you okay now?
It's better. Look, if I do that, I can feel it. It's still a bit raw.
Does it scab?
No, it doesn't scab. It's just like you've lost the sensation.
The sensation. Oh, it's numb.
It's a bit numb, yeah. And but it's a bit sore as well. Less sore now. So that happened. And but I have some good news. Completely unrelated to the mushroom. Shindy has finally got her own filling up. Have you read it already or not?
I have, but it'll be ruining it.
Hard to guess.
But I can put other things in there. She has finally got her own bedroom.
Explain that one.
So she can leave as much mess around as she wants.
This is her bedroom, if you didn't know. In the same way that you live in Sanja's flat.
Yeah.
This is Shindy's bedroom.
But she can just leave as much mess around, and we can come in here, podcast quickly, and go.
Make this full-time podcast studio.
Full-time podcast studio.
Oh my God.
Imagine that. Oh my God.
Right. One more guess.
One more guess.
Shindy
has finally got a...
This is like Cards Against Humanity, but the nice version.
Yeah, I'm trying to be very nice. Because I am in a room.
The PC version
Otherwise, next week she'll kick my ass.
Challenge segment. Playing Cards Against Humanity. Oh my God.
What,
with Punjabi answers. Oh my God.
How? We have to make a separate deck.
Yeah, we'll make some.
You're going to make a separate deck?
Yeah. As in, we only have like 3 rounds. We'll make the responses up.
You gotta play make the responses up. Okay, fine. Deal.
Son of CSK is definitely one of the responses.
Add that onto it. Add that onto the list.
Okay.
What else? Hang on. So Shindy has finally got a... a different PT.
No. A mean thing to say.
It's not a mean thing to say.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
plausible.
she probably pissed him off so much now with the reverse PT.
Oh, yes.
That she had to get a new PT.
Yes. That's true. Yeah,
Thank you.
That's a very good guess. No.
Yeah.
The good guess is Indy. She has finally, guys, got her own calendar. You know what this means? The days of polluting and violating and graffitiing my calendar. It's a violation, man. It's a violation. It's I can't even give her a sanction. I want to sanction her, man. I want to be like the UN. We're going into confessions now. I want to say
you want to be like the UN and sanction them Russia, right?
They place sanctions. What's the other thing they say?
She's invading your calendar.
What's the opposite of condoning? What do they say? What's the expression they use, man? At the UN, I condemn. That's it. Yeah. They come out and say, I condemn these actions and I place sanctions. Anyway, so she's got her own calendar, which is brilliant. So I don't have to worry about formatting anymore. And I'm just really happy. So we were sitting there yesterday doing some planning and she's like, oh, by the way, rather than putting on here, can you just send it to this? And I was like, you have your own calendar? She's like, yeah. I was like, how long have you had that? So it's not like a new thing.
I think hang on, everyone's got a calendar off the bat immediately. They just don't use it properly.
Not the Apple calendar. Not the default calendar with the phone.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a Microsoft one she uses.
That's what I do. I use the Apple one.
I use the Apple. Yeah, I've seen you use it.
I need to switch, man. I'm so scared of switching though because I'll lose all my historic appointments.
Yeah, you don't have to get rid of them. You can still stay there. Just migrate onto a second platform and you can leave Apple where it is.
You make a very good point.
Yeah. Like I
No, but hang on. If I switch to the Google Calendar app and then do it from there, is that still going to pull in my Apple data?
What do you mean? Sorry.
So all the stuff I've got logged in my Apple Calendar, like all my appointments, etc. If I migrate over to Google,
so you're saying
Calendar,
say like an appointment from 2 years ago.
No, I'm saying I've got appointments in the future that are coming up that I've forgotten about in months' time.
Oh, prospective one. I understand your dilemma.
And now if I move over to Google Calendar,
is there a way of manually not having to do that?
I don't want to have to go through and add every single individual appointment.
There probably is a way. YouTube it, man. There's probably going to be a third party.
You tell me, calendar expert.
You tell me.
You tell me. Can you research it for me and tell me? Yeah, can you research it for me and tell me?
We might be taking on a VA. I will ask
a VA.
How to do it.
Take it. Fine. I'll live with that. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So she's got her own calendar. Good.
Yeah. No. But it's the fact that she's actually had it for a while. She just hasn't told me.
That's a sin. That's a sin, man.
And then I was like, why are you still putting it on my calendar then? Do you know what I mean? The rules are now, if you want to put it onto my calendar, you tell me and I will put it on the calendar.
Because you want it formatted in such a way.
Formatting, yeah. And there's a confession I'm going to tell you this week, which is what the OCD I have in my calendar, Shindy also has something that I do really badly.
Oh, guarantee
it's really nice.
Guarantee it, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. And so I'm just a happy man today.
Good.
I've got my freedom back. That's what it feels like. I've been under
take back control of your calendar.
Tyranny and oppression is gone now. I have triumphed. I am a free man in a free state of Google Calendar.
I'm a free man. You act like you've come out of slavery, man. I am a free man.
Do you know what's funny? I mean, this
Gordon Freeman.
Me and Shindy been together 12 years, yeah? So I was like, 12 years a slave. I dropped this too. I was like, Menu pata. I know what I've lived through. Menu pata. Sare married bande thonu bhi pata.
We all know.
Enu pata lag juga.
Yeah.
That's it.
When I'm 12 years in, shit, man. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. 12 years in. I wonder how we'll be with this in 12 years. Wow. So 12 years in will be, I've been with Sanj since 2000 and, when did you get married? 2017, yeah? September 2017. So
my wedding was a catalyst, is what
it wasn't the catalyst, it just happened around the same time.
Catalyst.
So 2017 September and 12 years, that'll be 2029, September 2029.
Okay, don't think about it nighttime.
I'm thinking about it now.
Don't think about it nighttime. He may at this point have turned Super Saiyan just about.
Metadargi. I'm scared. Boo, Metadargi.
Okay. Just Medargia.
Is it?
You're not a lady.
No, but the kid says it in that little meme.
It's wrong.
Oh, the kid's saying it wrong.
As a banda, मैं
But
डर गया.
yeah, but there's a boy saying it in
Yeah,
there.
that's wrong. As
He
lady,
goes,
you say
"Boo,
मैं
मैं तो
डर
डर गई."
मैं डर गया.
Oh, that ruins it.
Wow, you will cover this as well. You
I'm
need
just covering memes.
You need Punjabi lessons as well, bro.
I just learned it off a meme. No one was saying anything bad about the kid in the meme. Maybe they were being polite.
Yeah, polite. ये गल है. सही गल नहीं है पर.
Okay.
जेरी गल गलत है.
It is galt.
Galt है. Have you heard that expression?
No.
Right. So family members will say that, and like, जेरी गल गलत है. Galt है. What's wrong is wrong.
Wow, that is such mind-blowing
Profound,
shit.
isn't it? Yeah.
My God.
But you say it like that, and they pause
Yeah.
with the fingers on. Huh? It comes out, doesn't it? जेरी गल गलत है.
Galt, yeah. No more.
No. I नहीं करना. Yeah. Lovely.
Sorted. Right,
Sorted.
next bit. Okay, so Goran, Confessions of a Married Man.
Confessions of Bram one day.
I've been getting updates on Sanjay's Punjabi telling ability.
Hanji from Randy Aunty.
Why do you call her Randy Auntie, man?
So guys, funny story. She's obviously not Randy. Let's put that out there straight away. We were at their flat and they were saying that there's a lady that you know,
Yes.
known to family, knows you as well.
Yeah.
That is going to be teaching Sanjay some Punjabi. And you obviously did mention her name at some point, but from where I was standing, it sounded like you said Randy Auntie, and then it's stuck in my head now. And that is something I will be covering, by the way, at a later point, about how aunties get these random names, and they're completely like just weird, not related. You know how we said like Rocky and Sunny are not related to people's names? Aunties have a whole new...
I've never noticed that about Auntie.
I will inform you, but
We will
anyway, we'll come to that.
soon.
So,
Okay.
not Randy Auntie has been teaching Sanj.
Yes, she's been teaching her Punjabi.
Hanji.
Sanj came out of her lesson very excited. She's
Right.
like, "Oh my God, did you
Right.
know this? And did you know that?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
name me the colors of the rainbow." And I was like,
Hanji.
I said, "If you tell me them, I'll be able to decipher."
Right.
So she gave me a quiz and I got a lot of them wrong. You can try it now and we'll try and do it now.
Yellow gear.
Huh?
Yellow.
Do it the other way around. Ask me,
Oh,
tell me
the
the color
colour.
of Punjabi and I'll, I'll
okay.
tell you.
Lal.
Lal is red.
Hara.
Hara is green.
Hara is green. Gulab.
Gulab is pink.
Pink. Gone black now.
Gala is
Gala,
black.
yeah.
Chitta is white.
Chitta is what? Chitta is...
Bura is brown.
Bura?
Bura is brown.
I didn't know that. Okay.
What's Bila? Bila is yellow.
Bila is yellow. Santra?
Santara is orange.
Orange, yeah.
But there's two oranges. There's Santara and then there's
The other orange.
not Nishan. It's something.
Wow, Nishan Sahab. Where are you going?
No, there's two
Khalsa orange.
colors. There's two colors of orange.
I tell you.
One's like Santara and there's another one.
Okay. I believe you.
Yeah, so she
Neela-
went through loads
Neela
of colors.
gear.
Neela is purple.
Blue.
Blue. I get that wrong. So what's purple?
I don't know. I never use the word purple.
I get purple wrong a lot. I've noticed that.
Bengan.
Bengan.
Bengan's purple. Aubergine.
Aubergine.
Do you know what's funny though?
Bengan wrong hai apni.
No, but you'd be surprised, man. Like, the thing is, we have like maybe as men 5, 6, 7 colors, and then ladies have all these shades in between.
Yeah,
don't
they do.
All the 10 different shades of pink.
They do.
So like when you go in for pug matching, you got to take the swatch.
It's hard work.
Yeah,
It's hard
you can't just be like,
Yeah.
But I think we did that. You know, from our wedding, on the second reception, Shindy had an outfit which I would call purple.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, it's more like an aubergine kind of color. I was like, "Bhai, oh, bangna pug hai ye kapda de na full wear da."
Full wear, that's it.
Full wear. You know,
that's
walking
it.
to a shop and just asking,
Yeah,
"Bhai."
Yeah.
That'd be quite funny.
Someone needs to open a bug shop in Soho Road, like a proper full-on bug shop. None of this like...
Bro exists.
Where?
Prince Robin? You don't know this?
Hang on. Prince Robin on Soho Road?
Right, Asan,
Huh.
where we got outfits from.
Yeah.
2 doors down, Prince Robin.
Yeah, I've been there and they don't have all the colours.
They got a lot of the colours. I have a new guy though, if you want. I've got a guy now.
Yeah. I'm telling
He
you,
gets it from
someone
India.
needs to set up a very good one-stop shop for every type of bug. I'm talking material, colours, everything. Because when you go to India, they've got shops just for bug gum.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's
Absolutely.
walls of bug gum
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
They don't have that here in England.
I got a guy.
Even an online website that did that properly to a good point, there's a USP there to be had.
I've got a guy.
Fine. Show me the website and we will reevaluate afterwards. Anyway, going back to the point.
Handy.
So Sanjay's very excited about Punjabi.
Right.
She came out the lesson saying, "Did you know this? Did you know that?" And then she said, "I learned about animals today."
Hi.
I said, "Okay." And she started calling me names with these animals to try and practice her Punjabi.
But not basic animals.
No, bro.
Not your kutta.
This is advanced
Not
animals.
your kutta. We know what
She
kutta
said,
is.
Indy,
You are a...
Indy, you are a kargosh. And I'm like...
See, when I hear that, Khargosh, obviously you told me it's an animal now, but it sounds like a fruit or a piece of food, doesn't it? Khargosh. But I think, you know why? You know what a pear is?
Go on.
You know what pear is, Punjabi?
Kella.
It's a banana, bro.
Oh, sorry, pear. Sorry. Kilo. I'm trying to find this. I thought I had it. I was like, yeah, kella.
A pear, you ready for this one? Is a babugosha.
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 Sick.
That sounds quite cute. Babugosha.
Babugosha kind of?
Yeah. What's an apple? Do you know what apple is?
It's one of the main words in a Punjabi textbook.
Sasa. Sasa is Seb.
Seb?
Seb.
Yeah.
Orange?
I don't know.
Yeah, Santara, we just talked about it.
Santara. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, yeah.
Melon?
I know what watermelon. No, melon is kharbuja. I don't know what watermelon is.
Yeah, I don't know that either.
I'm like, pani kharbuja.
Pani with kharbuja.
Pani kharbuja.
All right, what's the Punjabi word for fruit?
For what?
Fruit.
I don't know.
Fruit.
Is it?
Oh, pai fruit. You go to the wedding, what's the first thing you have?
Fruit.
I know, fruit.
So anyway, Khargosh means rabbit. I was like, yo,
rabbit,
why are you calling me? She spent the whole evening calling me a Khargosh. She's like, oi, Khargosh.
But that's quite a cute thing. She thinks you're cute little
hurts my soul.
Little rabbit.
Khargosh.
Anji, hold.
Right. Magarmach.
Wait. Magar?
Magarmach.
Wow. Like machi. Machi sounds like fish, but it could also be
yeah,
maki.
But mach also sounds like mustache. I was like, what are you saying about my mustache?
What are you saying? You want to take it off?
Yeah,
what? Challenge segment coming soon.
That means crocodile.
Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile.
Magarmach Dundee.
Magarmach.
Oh.
Magarmach. What other ones are there? Then she started calling me. These are all like passive insults, you know. Obviously, there's more, etc. That's standard. Here you go. Khotta. Donkey. Khotta.
Sara gade da khotta.
Yeah.
Khotta.
Khotta.
Yeah, it's a hard sound.
That hurt.
That's a hard letter to say.
Daddu.
Oh, daddu!
Daddu, which is a frog. I was like, do I sit here and ribbit? What? And I was taking this to heart a little bit. I was like, yo, this kind of hurts.
She was just practicing her Punjabi.
No, she wasn't. Yeah. She meant it. She meant
it.
What she was saying.
Okay.
She's like, you are this, right? Tota.
Jitu baniya mera tota.
All these guys that just thought, what, she insulted you? I'm like, actually, tota means parrot.
It's not ending the word with an O. That's a different thing. Indy thought the same thing as well.
Yes, I did. I was like, hang on, isn't that just the feminine way of saying it?
You tota.
In the Punjabi language.
Yeah. So tota is a parrot, and a shout out to my sister here. There's a song that she loves. I don't know who it's by. Sherry Man, Babu Man, one of these types, where it starts with Je tu mera tota. We might post it. It's quite funny. Yeah, so that's not a rude word. Okay.
It felt like it. Babbersher.
Oh, babbersher.
Babbersher.
You know what? We say
lion.
That. Yeah, that actually is the word for lion.
Lion.
But what's the difference between a share and a babbersher?
I don't know. I think a share is like a proper lion.
What? Sorry? A proper lion. A double sing.
Double.
Are you a sing?
Sing. Oh, babbersher.
Oh, babbersher. Oh, tu nahi babbersher.
And then squirrel is obviously
Kato, which we know from Bhangra.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Snake gear.
Huh?
Snake gear. Sap.
All these little flipping animals at the bend, man. That's what they named them after.
So, to conclude this part, Indy.
I've been getting satyanas with these insults, man, honestly.
Indy is a Khargosh and I am a babbersher. Hanji.
Wow, I'm a rabbit and you're a lion.
I look after you.
This is a bit much.
I protect you.
Aren't you the one that has something on like your WhatsApp profile status is like lions don't care about the opinions of sheep?
There you go. You want to be a sheep? Bakri. Why
am I a bakri? How am I a bakri? We're trendsetters.
Yeah. I look after you. I look after you.
I trendset. Maybe you trendset.
मैं cool guy ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ.
Maybe you trendset.
मैं बब्बर शेर ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ. Sing. ठीक है. What animal do you want to be?
I don't want to be any animal. I want to be Indy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, missed that Indy. If you had to be an animal, which animal would you be?
Oh God, this is like those dumb questions that girls ask.
Yes, Hannah.
You know, there's dumb questions like
wait. If you were a chocolate, like which chocolate would you be? Because I'd be like a chocolate finger, right? Like, or what biscuit would you be? Because I'm quite crumbly inside. How do you, as a guy, you're like, I don't understand the question.
Or when you get into, some girls take it too far. They're like, if I was a snail, would you still love me?
Oh my
and he's like,
what kind of dumbass question is that?
You're a fucking snail. She's like, you wouldn't love me regardless of what I was. He's like, I wouldn't be able to fucking communicate with you. No. And they get upset, and then it turns into an argument. He's like, how has this created a problem in my life today?
Yeah.
I was just asked a hypothetical question.
No, not even hypothetical. It's not because it's not hypothetical, is it? It's like, it's not even possible. No. That's why it's like even so far beyond that.
Yeah.
The things that guys need to say back is like, all right, listen, yeah, if I had a monobrow, yeah, one thing and one arc in the middle and I had latte missing, would you still love me? That's what we said back. No.
If I was broke tomorrow, would you still love me?
Oh, this is the guy, huh? That'd
be a great experiment. If you could go to your wife and say, listen, I've been scammed, I've lost all my money and I can't get it back. See how they act.
Yeah.
See how they act. Just like zero your bank account and send it to like a different account. Yeah, just zero your bank account, go to her and say, I've been scammed, I can't get it back.
Yeah, it takes a real idiot for
See
that
how
to happen, doesn't it?
It does. But also sit there and think, how would they act?
How would they act?
Would they be really angry and mad at you, or would they accept you for the mistake and allow you to rebuild?
Yeah, exactly. This is how we're gonna get through it. This guy does that.
This is how you're gonna get through it. I'm gonna be fine.
She's like, this is why we got a prenup, right? You sort your own shit out.
Yeah.
But but that other one throws me. Okay, the snail's snail, but if you were a crisp, a chocolate, or a biscuit, I don't understand. And then they get really thingy about their answer, like, this is why I'm a jammy dodger. Aha karana. This is the reason. And I'm like, this makes no sense. Do you know what I mean? Because as a guy, when you ask me that question, I think of something that I maybe look like. Okay, so I'm looking for like a slim one, chocolate finger, like, do you know what I mean? Like a really chunky one. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Chunky one.
I don't understand what they want, man. I do not understand what they want from that question.
There is no right answer.
Right. So my question is, outside of insulting you, what is the functional practical use of learning animals?
So when you go exploring in the forest, you can be like,
Right. And how often do you do that, sorry?
Huh?
How often do you go in the forest?
Loads in London, man. Yeah, there's bear forests.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The underground is what you call the forest. Okay. My thinking is, because I'm doing the same thing with Italian now, is it's about the practicing the pronunciation of words. That's one good thing.
Yes, it is.
And obviously you're learning the sounds.
Because Kargosh is actually quite a difficult word to say, because you have to get the
say donkey
and the gosh. Huh?
Say donkey.
Kotta.
It's hard. Yeah.
It's not kotta, it's kotta, which is hard.
Donkey.
Yeah.
So that's I'm interested to see what else she learns, and she's definitely going to pick it up. And what we did discover, you made the reference, Bumblebee from Transformers.
Yes, Bumblebee. Yes.
How does he talk?
So Bumblebee talks with different parts of
songs,
different snippets of songs as he's speaking at the time. Or different snippets out of a radio just to put together a sentence. And I'm like, Sanj does the same thing.
Yeah.
She picks up bits of Punjabi music and just pieces it together
and references
and makes a sentence. Yeah. And I said, you know what?
Punjabi.
It works. You know Punjabi.
Yeah.
You just need more confidence. That's it.
We were walking to the canal and I was testing these guys with just random words like mata, and then Sanj would be like, I know it's forehead because of this song reference.
Yeah.
Or I know this because of this reference. I was like, Punjabi, man.
She does, man. She does.
So that's
she'll be fine after a few months, I guarantee it. She'll be fluent. It's just confidence with her. That's it. She's got other worksheets. Auntie's sending it all over for us.
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton.
From out of nowhere! The legend killer. The Punjabi killer.
So there's that. And the other thing is a really small one.
Good.
I finally understood why people take their shoes off and they undo the laces at the same time. So when they put the shoe back on, I was just taking the shoes off.
Oh, then the next time you put the shoe on, you'd have to force and slide it in.
No, you'd have to undo the laces anyway, open it back up, and then put it on.
Some people don't. They do the whole pull the back of it. And
No, I pull the back of it off now, still. Yeah. But I'll undo the laces as I do it, so that way when I'm ready to put it on...
It's easy.
It's done.
You didn't know that?
I did. I understand why people do it now.
Oh, okay. So let me clarify. For you, because there's two different versions of this now. For you, either way, you can open the laces. This is about when you open the laces. Yes. People are they're putting their work in at the start, so it's easier the next time, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to you who do it afterwards. But I'm saying there's another version of people who actually don't open the laces and will put the shoe on and not open the laces.
Yeah, but you're wrecking the shoe by doing
Absolutely. So, but there is a fourth version of this.
Wait, you've only told 2. How you jumped to 4?
No. So version number 1 is the optimal way to open your laces.
Yeah.
Version number 2 is what you do, open laces when you put the shoe on again. Version number 3 is you don't open laces and you shove your shoe in.
Okay.
Version number 4 is you can still not open the laces if it's a loose, old-fitting shoe, but to not ruin the back, use a shoehorn and you can slide it straight in. Personally, though, I do a combination of all of them. I always use my shoehorn, so I don't wreck the back of the shoe. This is very important. Guys, if you don't know what a shoehorn is, invest in a shoehorn.
They're cheap, man. They're not that expensive.
Yeah, good quality one. You should have good quality one. So I have
a plastic one out of a Christmas cracker. Come on, man. It's easy.
They bend a lot.
It does the job.
No, it bends.
Do you have a metal one?
I've got plastic ones, but there are the one in my gym bag. It's not as good.
You have one in your gym bag?
I have a shoehorn in multiple. I think I have about.
You said to me earlier you feel like you don't know me. I don't know you well enough.
Shoehorn.
You have a shoehorn in your gym bag. It's fucking gym trainers. Put them on.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin the back.
Goran, they're gym trainers. They're gonna get wrecked.
Don't like that.
Oh my god.
My work bag, there is a shoehorn. My gym bag, there's a shoehorn. Shoehorn by the front door. Shoehorn in the car. I think. Oh yeah, right. Then if I'm going to an event, say a wedding, wearing a blazer, I'll have a miniature version which I keep in my jacket pocket. So when I get to, because those are generally going to be expensive shoes. Most Gurdwara, I will give props, man.
They have shoehorns.
Yeah, and full size, like the ones you don't have to bend over, like full, you know.
Oh, I've seen the big ones. Yeah, I've seen that.
And the beauty about the shoehorn at Gurdwara is nobody else, very rarely does anybody else know what this is and how to use it. So it's never any competition for me. I'll see it, I'll take it, I'll use it. People will be amazed. They'll be like, wow, you taught me something. And I'm like, that's what a shoehorn is. And so I love a good shoehorn. The other thing I keep in everywhere in multiple places is a salai, which you don't.
Yeah, standard. Yeah, you need that.
I keep lint rollers in a few places as well.
Oh, smart guy.
Yeah, I keep a few spare plastic gloves. I've noticed, and I like doing this. It's just that part, that self-auditing observation thing, and Paran calls it EDW, I think, everyday wear or something, everyday carry, EDC. There's a term for this thing that people do, which is optimizing what you need. And I don't like the idea, like, for example, when we come and stay at yours, when we do the podcast and stuff, before, really simple thing though, I'm packing my suitcase and I have to take out my charging cables from the side of the bed to take to yours and come back to one back in. Now it's like, I've got a separate set of charging cables, which just stay in there. Yeah. And I have a lot of things actually. So let's say.
That way it's just ready to go.
30% of things are always going to stay in that now.
Okay.
Just multiple versions of the same things. I find that's a good hack rather than having to think about, because then you're forgetting. You're having to remember, which means.
Well, I just write a checklist every time. Like prior to me coming to Birmingham for last night, I have a checklist on my phone that says Birmingham items to pack.
Good.
So I've got like a 30-point checklist of things I need to take.
30 points.
And I'm like, okay, done. And I try and pack the night before, so I've got the whole of the next day to think about random things that I need to pack in.
Good.
And then I keep that list, and I just untick it every time, and then I just retick it, and it's done.
It's perfect. You got a system.
That's the easiest way of doing it for me, because I don't buy too much of everything because we're in a flat, so I don't want to have too much of everything space wise. Yeah.
But again, the point is you've got a system.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, definitely opening your laces. We think it's too much effort, and that's why we didn't do it initially.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very important.
There
I forced myself to do it as well. But shoehorn, guys, that would be my other thing. Buy a shoehorn.
Go on, tell me yours.
So I said to you that Shindy violated my calendar. There is a opposite to that, which is something I do that really annoys Shindy. So Shindy has a very particular OCD about how you put the kapre out after you've done the washing.
Yeah. Is that light going? I can't tell. It's getting darker. Is it just me?
No, I think it's the same.
Are you sure? Either that or it's getting brighter outside.
Yeah, it's brighter outside. I looked straight into the light, man.
Okay, sorry.
It's like a solar eclipse, man. Don't look into the sun. Yeah, so it was the other day. Shindy had a lot of work on. I had a late start, so I was like, all right, I'll put the kapre out. Washing out. Tika. First thing is, so you know when you put it on the clothes horse, on the clothes stand, or whatever you call it. Okay.
Succumbing to it?
When you've got, the rung,
the
thing,
the
right?
top one.
No, any of them. You've got multiple ones, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you got a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you put it on?
So this is very important.
Oh, you're
when you take it out the machine, you must fan all the kapre single piece by piece before you put it on the clothes horse.
Okay.
That way it doesn't come out creased.
Okay.
It comes out a little bit creased, but nowhere near as bad as would have been.
Reducing creases by doing this.
So I do the flap. It's always 4 or 5.
Like smoke signals.
Huh?
You do like smoke signals.
Flap, 5, and then put it on top, like rest it through.
Right.
Now, I'm a little bit OCD, so I like having things. I like having the t-shirts facing out. The neck of the collar comes out, not the neck of the collar goes into it.
I don't even understand what you're saying.
Okay, so if I had this t-shirt, this t-shirt here,
I don't understand.
It's resting backwards on the clothes horse like that. So it's facing out of the clothes horse, not into the clothes horse.
Got it.
That's it.
Right, okay.
Yeah. That's how I place it.
You and Shindy should have a little session and compare notes on how you do this stuff. You probably come to a nice little hybrid of even more optimized.
So what's happened? What's happened here?
No, so the first thing is, again, we don't do this, but Shindy does this. So per kapda, 2 rungs. So single t-shirt.
Whoa. This is illegal.
So you got light rung, and so the t-shirt will sit across 2.
Why?
So her argument is that it dries quicker because it's greater surface area.
Bollocks.
So that's the first thing. I have no issue with that. Now, when I see the stuff that needs to go out, for me, there's t-shirts, trousers, panta, underwear, boxers, whatever, and socks. I have no issue with t-shirts, and I always do those. Trousers, don't mind either, but you need to find a nice end piece. They're longer. I don't like it when they touch other bits. Boxers, easy as well. Got technique. Socks are the bane of my life.
Why are you missing socks?
No, putting the socks out is not an easy thing.
It is.
No. Right, so this sock I'm wearing now, right? This kind of morti jalab, which I'm going to wear to work, right?
Yeah.
Like this, right? If I'm putting this out, what I'm required to do, as per Shindy's standards, British safety guidelines, what's BSc, isn't it? British Shindy safety guidelines, is...
Bloody Shindy guidelines, yeah.
Bloody Shindy guidelines. So the jalab comes out, and it's hard because I haven't got it off, but say I've got it here, right? You have to pull at the top, pull in the middle where you get the ankle bit, and pull at the bottom.
So it doesn't fray?
No, it's not.
Or it doesn't go out of shape or like weird shapes?
No, it's literally, she's like, if you put it just as it is, it will take longer to dry. She has this whole thing about...
No. You flap it a few times and then put it on. It's fine. Once you've done the flapping, the bunny has been distributed, the moisture has been distributed across the sock just to let it dry evenly. You also dry the bottom rung of your thing.
You need to speak to her about this. And remember, the other thing is, we have a massive advantage, which is our clothes horses, racks, sit right next to the Aga. There's massive amounts of heat coming. This is faster than what most other people have.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, does it really matter? Whether it takes 1 hour or 1 hour 15 or 1 hour and a half, to me...
Hang on, she dries it an hour and a half. Yo.
No. I'm just giving you made up numbers. I don't know how long it takes to dry. That's not my
Probably
department.
a day.
What? No, it doesn't take a day.
Normally takes a day.
It doesn't take a day for us. A few hours, it's done.
Where do you put it to dry so
let me
quickly?
give you an example.
Go on.
Let me give you an example. So yesterday, I needed a scrub top for work, right? In the morning, so this is a 1 o'clock shift. I'm leaving at 12:15. We get out for breakfast, 9, half 9. I put the actual scrub top. So you know on the actual Aga, we have the 2 plates.
Yeah.
Right, remove the covers and put it actually on the Aga.
Can you tell people what this is? I don't think they understand.
Okay, so guys, an Aga is a country-style oven which is on all the time, 24/7. Right, it's basically used by farmers. It has 4 compartments with basically different temperatures that you cook at. And on the top, you've got these 2 pans basically which you lift up. One is simmering, one is boiling. Basically provides a lot of heat in our kitchens. Excellent.
That explains why you use the kitchen for drying.
Absolutely. That snug top, what did I say? The scrub top, sorry, placed on top of the Aga.
Wouldn't that burn?
No. So it's not on. It's just on top of it. It's not in anything. It's not inside the plate.
Yeah, but even on top, wouldn't that
burn?
burn?
No, it's fine. The Aga is designed for you to put washing on top of it. You can fold it and pile it on there.
How expensive is this Aga?
So we've got the original paperwork for the guys who put it in. I think it's about 3-4 grand in the 90s. I think they are circa between 10 and 20 now. But it's an investment, and once you have one, you can't go back.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Okay.
That scrub top was dry within an hour.
I'm gonna change the light. You carry on. Go on.
Okay, it's fine. Scrub top was dry within an hour. 1 hour. 1 hour. I mean, that's how quickly it did it. But the thing is with the washing, she has a very particular way that has to be done. Right? Okay, it's bright. Do we need new batteries? Is that what it is?
Maybe.
Okay. I think we should invest in new batteries then.
Maybe.
That one's fine.
I'm going to change it anyway.
Oh, okay. Fine, God. He's trying to blind me, guys. That's what's happening. Greatness is a mindset, but it's not a mindset when Indy's trying to blind you with his lights. So yeah, I just I had to make an off-board deal. I had enough.
What was the deal?
The deal was, it's so funny. Yeah, this is always a real funny one. Yeah. So in our house, you probably have the same thing. Like when your siblings are around as well. Like when something's upstairs, but you don't want to go upstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, please, can you go upstairs and get that thing?
Yeah.
Right. So I needed something, and then Shindy, she was like, "All right, if you go and get it, I'll put the socks out. She knows I hate socks.
Ooh.
It's good deal, man. I was like, these socks are just a bane of my life. Because the thing is, I'll put them out. I'll get frustrated. It's each individual sock after this pulling thing, 3 pulls per job.
Yeah.
Right? And then, it just frustrates me. And then she's going to come back anyway and fix it. She'll be like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And I'm like, I'm going to go upstairs and you do the job, man. So,
I'll leave it to you. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. So, so she has calendar OCD about how the washing goes out.
That makes sense to me. I understand that.
You know,
we are the same person.
Yeah. There's no point me complaining to you. You just take her side anyway.
Just let her do the washing how she wants to do it. Let people run their thing how they want to run it. It's fine.
I tell you.
Life hack.
Okay.
One more? No? Heart is full?
Heart is full.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Go on.
I'm going to give you the question. Right. So guys, we dropped this reel about Punjabi first names. It's so good. We love you all, man. You've been commenting some funny ass shit, man. This is somebody's name, Indy. Ready? So we said Colonel, remember? So the Colonel is Colonel. It's one person's name. Colonel. Jarmanjeet Singh Amrik Paji.
That's one name.
Jarmanjeet.
Fuck off.
Right. Another guy. I know someone whose name is Brain Singh, like the brain inside your corporate brain Singh.
If he's dumb, bro, his life is finished, man.
All right, and then the final one, I'll put this down, is I have a friend's name who is Lovely.
Lovely Singh.
Lovely Singh.
Lovely Singh.
We get Happy Singh. Happy. That's the other one, isn't it?
Happy, lovely. All right, you got questions for me, Karan. Go on. Take me through your questions this week.
Yeah, so I was with a friend recently who is getting married. Tiga. And so I was like, the sketch, like, how do you meet this person? Da 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 da. And he was like, yeah, like kind of semi-ranged. Semi-ranged meaning you meet, you introduced, then you meet, you get to know each other, and then you get married, rather than just like what I would think is the old school version. It's like my Nani and Nanaji, they met for the first time on their wedding day.
Yeah.
That was not uncommon practice.
Yeah.
Obviously a different generation. Anyway, so then it made me think about, when you watch things like The Matchmaker.
Yes.
Right, and you sit down with that auntie on Netflix.
See my auntie.
Auntie. And she's like, tell me, what do you
Tell
see
me, what do you want in a boy, huh?
What
then
do-
I can
show you
go in
the
the biodata.
Biodata!
And I will go and find whoever you want me to. But you must be open to some compromise.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's exactly what she says. So then we were discussing, so what is the modern day biodata?
Modern day biodata?
Yeah. From the perspective of the girl side looking for, so they're looking at us, you and me, Monday. What is it?
He must be independent.
Oh, what does that mean?
He must have his own place.
Zameen? He must have a land?
He must have his own place.
Zameen honi chahiye?
He must have a nice car.
So yeah. So they'll be like, gaddi ki chalanda.
Yeah. He needs to be...
And it's not even just if it's a BMW or Mercedes. Kehdi Mercedes?
Yeah.
Engine size ki.
Yeah.
Gear change karne
Because
hote.
my Mercedes and someone else's is very different.
You got the Baba Mobile.
I got the B class, bro. It's a Mercedes.
You
Nay.
keep telling yourself
I'll
that.
put that chubby on the table. Yeah.
Just drops it. He's like,
Mercedes.
just park my
Mercedes.
my German whip, my German whip.
And then you take the person to the German whip. You're like, it's the Mercedes. They look at you like,
sorry,
wait, what?
Where is it?
You lied to me. I'm like, no, I didn't.
Not that thing. That.
मैं कुछ नहीं किया.
What was that? Pura color, isn't it?
Yeah, pura. Oh, my old car.
The Pura German.
Oh yeah, that was a good one, man. I missed that car. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Right, so Gaddi kari.
So Gurdwara, does he have his own place?
So
Does he earn a significant amount?
So his salary ki hai.
What's his salary? Okay.
Not even salary. It's gross. The net ki hoda.
Oh, geez, they say that.
We're just messing about.
The light way of saying that is, what's his job title?
They try and infer that, kaam ki karda.
Yeah, and then you go onto LinkedIn and total jobs and type in the salary calculator. What's the average salary for this person here? Bang. Okay, that's how much he earns.
Take home pay.
Could we live off that? Oh, I don't know.
The take home pay kinna.
Anyway, are they funny? Do they entertain me? Do they have a life outside of work?
That's less. No, not from the girl's perspective.
No, the girl's perspective.
I'm not about the girl's perspective. I'm talking about this is a family looking at Biodata.
Oh, are we talking family now?
Bro, forget the Kuri, man. The Kuri will look for sensible
not the Kuri
things.
then. I'm
Yo,
not
you're
about...
saying the Kuri are gold diggers. No. Wow.
Come on, bro.
But
this next generation of kids coming through, I've heard from people, it's hard work.
Okay.
It's hard because they want the world. We got lucky getting married the time that we did.
This is another thing that you're right. This whole thing about, I didn't know this, right? Because again, we're married out the game. We don't think like this. But some people have said things like, so say you're a girl marrying a boy. How many brothers does he have? How many of them live in the house? Like they're thinking, who's the asset going to? Like that kind of stuff.
Oh, I didn't think that. I just thought cleanliness of the toilet.
No,
fuck me. Look at me. I'm naive. I'm like, how many bathrooms is it? How many people are in the house? Is that toilet going to be available? Is the bathroom going to be clean? Are they hairy? Do they have a lot of hair? I thought that's innocence.
Is he because if you're the eldest son,
yeah,
then things technically should go to him. Whatever. Is he the youngest son? How's it going to be shared?
That's deep. I've never thought of that. I've never thought of that.
Right? And then, okay, I guess the one that is kind of more kind of well known is, and people discuss this now pre-marriage a lot, is, are you going to live with the in-laws?
Yeah.
You're going to go straight out?
Yeah.
Have you got means?
Yeah.
Can you get your own property?
Yeah.
But, okay, so, job ki karda?
Okay, so this is the family perspective now, so let's tweak it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, family perspective.
Job ki karda?
Is the family nice? Do we like the family?
Mummy, daddy ki karde hain? University gaye si ke nahi?
Why does that matter?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Family trees now. It's not like what degree does the boy have? What degrees does mum and dad have? What do their dadi have?
That doesn't matter because if it's first generation, second generation, you're probably unlikely hardly any.
Bro, I'm not saying if it matters or doesn't matter. I'm saying this is the way people think. That's what I'm saying. There are people who look at that and be like, does your family tree dikha do sanu?
So if you look at my family tree then, if you take mine into account, my mum went to uni. She was one of a kind going to uni when she did at her age. My dad didn't. My dad just did work at the petrol station, post office, off
International
license.
Pradhan.
Yeah.
No, entrepreneur.
International
Different.
Sarpanch.
Bro,
Pradhan,
that
Sarpanch,
photo you sent
it.
me of CSK, I'm telling you, shit is going down.
It is, man. It is.
Like, he had a guy there who's clearly his, like, the mafia, they call it the button man.
Yeah.
Right. And he's just like,
stitching people up.
He's like, gives them the...
Yeah, sort it out.
And you were concerned about dad's hand size.
Bro, his hands are fucking massive.
Only in India.
Only in India as well. In the
cameras.
images that dad sends me, right? He has his hands like in a position where they just look massive. And dad's got big hands. But I'm like, why do your hands look so large?
Right. You know why?
Yeah.
Because Pradhan knows people are going to see this. This is intimidation.
Yeah, intimidation habits. When these hands are on you, it's done. It's done. Those arthritis-filled hands. Yeah.
Shut up. Okay, so mummy daddy ki karde, right? So we got the thing about money. Gaddi ki chalanda.
Gaddi ki chalanda, yeah.
What else? Right, here's one. Meat khanda. Sharab pinda.
Ooh.
Right?
Because they might be Amritari, they might not.
There's that. But I also think even from a non kind of religious perspective, put meat on the side. Sharab can be a big problem. Irrespective, right?
It can, but if you can roll in both circles like my dad does effortlessly, it's not a problem at all.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm saying that I think some people are now concerned.
You've seen dad's bar.
Oh, I'll just pull this up.
Nice, you got a nice feather.
Okay.
You've seen dad's bar.
No.
Mate, and next time you come over to mum's, I'll show you the bar. It's massive. Dad's got a range of alcohol from years and years and years of
investor.
Yeah. Mate, every time he went to Ashgabat to go to...
Ashgabat!
Every time he went to Ashgabat on Turkmenistan Airways, right?
Yes.
He'd come back with a different bottle every time and add to his collection.
Guys, shout out, man, if you would travel to India back in the day before...
Yeah, comment below and tell us about your trauma.
What route did you take?
Yeah, tell us about your trauma of going to India for the first time and how that quick stay in Ashgabat that turned into a long stay.
Yeah.
How difficult it was for you.
There were two airlines, wasn't it? It was Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan. Everyone seemed to go to India via that one. Cheap ass tickets.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen anymore though.
No, now it's Air India and they're getting Bengal as well. You got to go from Birmingham. If you go from Birmingham, it's more expensive. If you go from London, it's cheaper because from Birmingham it's direct to Amritsar. From London, it's direct to Delhi, and then you go to Amritsar.
But they're opening up again. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're going to be now going Birmingham to Chandigarh. Man, that is the one.
Are they?
That is the one.
Yeah, but they're going to overinflate that price so much.
I don't give a shit, man. That's just... I don't go into that often now anyway. Well, I'm going soon.
There we go. Okay, sorry. So we were saying...
So I think the sharab thing is a sensible thing, even from a non-religious perspective, because there are, we hear a lot, and obviously from a doctor's perspective, I see a lot of people, sadly, all people, but Punjabi people who have problems with alcoholism.
Yeah.
So, people want to know, is he a drinker? Is he a big drinker? Is it a culture in his family? Do they go drinking out every Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah.
So yeah, anything else? I'm just going to refer to my list.
That's it. I think that's quite fair. Don't have anything else to add in terms of things they look for in a family. What else? Well, no, you can judge that when the boy comes over. When the boy comes over, it doesn't mean they're saying yes or no.
No. Before that, though, this is what my friend was saying. He goes, this brown CV, as they're calling it, you don't even send a photo. Photo bina, this is just data, right?
You know how they say?
Odi genetic code ki hai.
Fuck off.
Odi chromosome kinne hai.
Fuck off.
And then the key question of all questions. Oh, Jatta?
That's the end question. That should be the first question.
Yeah, screening process.
That's the first question. That's the first question. That's the top filter. You don't put that filter at the bottom. You put that filter at the top first.
Oh, shit, man.
Right? Jeez. That's the equivalent of male or female. Honestly, it is. That's the equivalent of male or female.
Third category ki hai. मैं जाटा
bro
ne भाजी तुसी male है female मैं जाटा
if I'm thinking from like a Google ads perspective etc
wow, okay.
I'm not going to miss out male or female as the top filter. I'm not going to put that last when I've been given a specific audience size and then I put the big boy filter on top. No, you put that on at the beginning, you know what it looks like, then it gets smaller and smaller. You don't do small and then a big chunk and get even more granular. That's stupid.
This is why he's a marketer.
Thank you, marketing genius.
That's the I still think that is a question. People like to talk about when it doesn't relate to them that it's not a thing. We don't look at that. And then it becomes about them, and then they look at it, and then they talk about it. So
yeah, but you can't help but think that way, can you? I'm not open to it. I don't like how they do this stuff, but I personally would want to just meet the family for their own merits, their own benefits.
Absolutely.
And if the kids get on, that's okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to get on like a house on fire with your in-laws either. Let's be honest. You don't. You don't have to force that friendship. You don't have to get on. It's unrealistic to expect that everybody's in-laws are going to get on with each other perfectly because you've got so many different characters and moving parts. Some people just aren't going to click or like each other in the same way how you would with others. That's normal. However, that being said, if we have a kid and you have a kid and they're opposite sex, we're making it happen, yeah?
Making what happen, sorry?
Marriage, man.
Yeah. I can't commit to that.
Come on, man.
I cannot commit to
Come
that.
on, man. I got man right here.
Wow, you're forcing things now. Look at you making rishte before
we get on perfectly. On
What's the problem? My God.
What's the problem?
And what if the kids don't like each other?
Huh?
You're going to be that guy. I don't care. Mera friend hai. Biyah kar la.
This is the problem. I've just done the reverse filter on myself.
You have.
I didn't even think if the kids got on. I was like, yeah, it's happening.
You see that literally I've seen that in Hindi films, Bollywood films. They're like, he's been my childhood friend.
Yeah.
Baji, why don't we turn this friendship into rishta? And it's just like, okay. Yeah, that's a good point you make. I think people have different styles.
Yeah.
You know, in boxing, they say styles make fights, right?
Yeah.
I think the same with in-laws and families.
Styles make weddings.
Style makes weddings. In the sense that you've got things you're going to click on. There's things you're going to do a different way. Look, we talked about that. A good example is Milnia. Everyone does Milnia in a slightly different way. Everyone does certain things during the wedding in a slightly different way.
Yeah.
You know, you should do this many times. No, we do this many times. You give this many suit, learn, and then and this and that.
Yeah.
Tota. You know, you do these things in funny ways, right? And but it's okay. And I think as long as there's a level of mutual respect, you're going to see each other on some events. Outside of that, like I think one thing maybe our generation is more proactive on is, let's say, right, so we've both got in-laws, right? So I find our generation, we will compartmentalize a little bit more. So it's like, okay, if I'm going to do a holiday, I think it's very rare that you do a holiday in our generation, both sides of the family.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen, does it? Right? Because I'll do the holiday with this family.
Yeah.
So the kids then circulate around. And it just works much better, doesn't it? So I think we've understood that. And then there are events where you're going to see each other and it's fine. But you're right. I don't think it has to be a forced on fire, being each other's business all the time.
Yes.
And like seeing each other all the time, dropping in for cha pani. But that depends on what type of family you are. So we're not like that anyway.
Yeah.
And Chindy's family aren't like that anyway as well. So we're quite similar in that perspective as well.
See, works out well.
Right,
next question.
Hanji. So carrying on the... should we save that one? All right, I'll give you the choice. Do you want to do the auntie one, or do you want to do drinking from a glass?
Give me the auntie one.
You want the auntie one? Okay, fine. So, following on the theme from Randy Aunty, the legend killer, for some reason, and we had a segment obviously before about Punjabi first names. There are aunties who get given these names, which obviously isn't their name.
Yeah.
But they've become so synonymous with this that it becomes their name.
Yeah.
And you get introduced to them at the Gurdwara as this auntie now. Or they're referred to in other contexts as the auntie.
Sweet to auntie.
Sweetie. Sweetu. Sweetie auntie, sweetu auntie. I've got a nimbu auntie and a laddu auntie.
You got a lemon auntie.
And you know, even to this day, I think her name, or part of her name is Nimmo, right?
That's what they call it, Nimbu.
No, yeah. And
that's bullying, man.
I think from that...
That's modern day Punjabi bullying. Yeah. Oh, your name sounds like Nimbu. Ha. Orea. Nimma. Nimbu.
I don't know. And then Laddu Auntie is just like, I see Laddu Auntie. I'm like, you're not fat. Like, you don't look like a Laddu. So why are we calling you? Do you make Laddus? Like, I don't know.
Samosa Auntie. Sweet shop Auntie. You got all these Jalandhar Sweet Center Auntie.
That's Hargun Auntie.
Gurdwara Auntie. Seva Auntie. It never stops, man. Seva Auntie. Langar Auntie.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ.
Dal Auntie.
So any subject.
Roti Auntie.
Paneer Auntie. Yeah, guys, just like comment below, man. Like, what kind of we've had the Punjabi first names. What are the auntie that you've got those eccentric names that come from nowhere?
It just make no sense.
Do you know Randy Auntie? Like, is that a thing?
You know who's going to know that? Have a Randy Auntie.
Katapa.
He's got a Randy Auntie, 100%.
Yeah. What does he? He says something about this, isn't he? Auntie. He says something about Auntie, doesn't he?
He probably does, man. You're his number one fan.
yeah. He likes Auntie. But yeah. So do you know anyone like that?
What, with the names? Yeah. I actually don't. I don't have random auntie names in there. I know that there's common names that every auntie has.
Such as?
Like Sarjeet Kaur.
Okay.
Sarjeet Kaur is very common.
Also the name of...
Harbans is a very common name.
Harbaksh as well.
Huh?
Harbaksh.
I've never heard that. Harbaksh is quite rare. Yeah.
I can't say that one.
I can't say that one. That's quite rare.
I call San Sarjeet sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
Because again, I think it's the same day. I think I heard someone... Oh, it was your mum. It was your mum. Yeah. She's saying obviously Sanjeet.
Yeah.
But Sanjeet?
Sanjeet corner? Sanjeet? Yeah. Yeah, there's common names that a lot of auntie from that generation were given.
Yeah.
But think about it, in 50 years' time, they're all going to be called these fusion names, like how you don't like.
Auntie.
Huh?
Blondie auntie.
Like, yeah.
Why not blondie auntie?
Yeah.
Highlights auntie?
Highlights auntie. Based on occupation now.
Okay.
What about like on a naming database for you when you see a patient and they're our generation auntie, so you're 60, they're 60, they're coming to the hospital,
right,
and they've got these fusion Desi names.
Yeah.
Would you look at them and be like,
I'm not seeing you. Is that what they were going to say? I'm like,
you're like, you take this one.
At 60, am I still going to be practicing this question?
You probably will. Yeah. You love it too much.
Half day.
You love it. Half day A&E. That's it.
I walk around. There
you go. And it's no longer the NHS. It's probably privatized completely. Yeah.
Here you go.
There you go.
All right. I probably will be. No, but I wouldn't not see people. But if I look at them like, is this your real name? Yeah. The real name kitara.
Yeah, your real name.
I want to see your birth certificate all the time. No, I'm going to call you by that name. Not this blondie auntie.
Blondie auntie.
That's just hilarious.
Man, you're going to see some weird names in there. And you're going to think that it's going to be someone that's... Maybe they've converted to Sikhism, or maybe it's something like that. Or maybe they're actually white, but they walk in and you're like, right, you're actually Desi. Like...
Undercover Desi.
You're the same colour as me. Man.
Pura.
You've got a weird name.
Pura.
Yeah. Pura rang.
Full, but... That's interesting. So Pura obviously means brown, but Pura actually can mean full as well. Like
it does.
Complete.
Yeah.
Full. You're full rang.
Yeah, you're full
True
rang.
Aryan race.
Oh God. Jesus.
Oh God. True rang. That's crazy.
Fuck's sake.
Oh good. But you know what's interesting about that little side thing? Again, shout out to my sister Jazz. When Adolf Hitler was referencing the Aryan race, he's actually referencing North Indian people. So from Alexander the Great. So the reason why, as Punjabi people, we are lighter than, say, people from South India is because of where we sit geographically.
We're further away from the equator.
No. Geographically, we're near Afghanistan, all these places. We used to be constantly invaded, which meant there were a lot of people mixing, which means there's a lot of
interaction,
yeah.
Interracial action.
Interracial action. That's how I want to say, right? Hence our Rang is like this. So when he was actually referencing it, he was thinking about what Alexander used to say, which is about the Aryan race, which are these warriors from up north.
Achha.
Oh, he made it about the blonde, blue-eyed, and blah, blah, blah. He applied it to that, but the original reference is that, the Aryan race.
Wow. Shit, I learned something new today.
You know something else, random fact, fits quite well into this as well. So I had a nurse come up to me and says, Jazz, you'll probably know this. And I was like, yeah, it's like a random question. He goes, we got this person that's come in, and he's got this tattoo. And the tattoo says 88.
What, the double infinity sign?
No, it's just, okay, but it's as numbers, not as the infinity sign. He goes, do you know what it means? So I was like, yeah, I know what it means. Do you know what it means?
88?
Yeah. It's normally something you get in, some gangs in prison have it.
Oh, you got inducted to a gang, basically, is that it?
Yeah, but what's the 88 signify? I'll give you clues as well.
Go on.
Right, so what's the 8th letter of the alphabet?
H, double H.
Right. Who are we just talking about?
Oh, God.
So the first...
Nazis?
Yeah, so Heil Hitler.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So I knew that because, I don't know where I knew that from. I think I saw it in a film. I think it's maybe American History X. Ed Norton.
Yo, I didn't know this.
88, HH, Heil Hitler.
Shit, I mean, that's a subtle way of doing it, because if I saw that, okay, whatever.
88, yeah, like some sort of, maybe you're born in 88, or even as a gang, you wouldn't think that. And they said to me, and the guy was like, yeah, that's it. He already had an inkling it might be this, and then I said it and it confirmed it, and he was like, that's what it is.
Did you still see him?
Oh, it wasn't me. No, yeah, isn't he? Patient's patient, man. Like, irrespective
You got a duty of care regardless, haven't you?
Yeah. We're not there to judge. And you know, one thing I've noticed as well is, I think I felt this as well. If I saw somebody outside the hospital and they didn't know I was a doctor, they will treat you in a different way. But when they're in a position of need, most of the time they become humbled.
Yeah.
They're
nice. Of course. They'll chill out, yeah.
Which from what I hear from my dental friends is not the case.
Yeah.
Like, I speak to with my dental friends and dentists, they're like, people aren't happy to see us because they have to pay and they never want dental work doing.
Yeah,
right?
it's true.
Whereas...
I agree with that. So some dentists fleece you.
Right, but as NHS, it's like, A, it's free.
Yeah.
Although it might take time, whatever. And generally, you're in a more greater need and you're more thankful. And
I couldn't imagine if the UK had to pay for medical as well, considering how people are stretched already. I'd just be like, that's another level of stress that people don't have to deal with here.
Yeah.
And if they had to deal with that, we'd see real poverty here in England. That'd be bad.
But America doesn't have it.
America has... People have medical bills that are on them for life and they can't get rid of it.
But when you think about America, obviously there is poverty, but it's not on the scale of where you think, oh my God, the whole country's poverty. And they're a private health business.
No, but I'm saying the gap between the rich and the poor is massive over there as well. And I think that's distributed by state, which is a little bit more complex.
Yeah.
But when it comes to England, it'll be even worse because you'll be thinking, I can't afford to get ill. Americans think like that. They think, I can't afford to get ill, my medical won't cover it, and I can't pay the medical bills afterwards. Hence why Mr. Beast is giving all that Bessie away, and a lot of people start crying because they say, he's like, why are you crying? And they say, you just cleared my medical bills from 3 years ago. And he's like, oh my God, geez, I didn't even think of that.
It's a big thing, man. I was with a lady last night, this elderly lady with a daughter. I always make a joke with patients when I see them first. I'm like, do you want to stay in hospital tonight? It's kind of half a joke. And it's kind of like, if you say yes, there's something wrong with you, man. Like, no one wants to stay in hospital.
No one wants to stay. You want to go
and
home?
then they'll say no. And I'm like, yeah, that's the right answer. So let's see how we can try.
Hospitals are cold. We don't turn the heating on.
No, hospital's really warm.
No, thande apaji.
Oh, man. Where I work, really warm, man. Anyway, so then, we discharged her. We got her home. And she was leaving. She's like, oh, thank you. You've been really nice. I said, look, we live in a great country. The NHS is the greatest thing in the world if we treat it with respect. And, this is what we're here to do. And I was speaking to another doctor, same shift. And I was just saying, look, there are things we obviously get paid to do what we do, but it's nice that we don't feel it in the transaction. It's not like I help you, I'm discharging you and you pay me like on a card system, right? So you paid for it elsewhere. But that feeling of gratification is priceless.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately why you should be doing it.
Reciprocation is nice,
So,
there we go. Well, thank you for joining us this week, guys.
Thank you. It's been excellent.
That got a bit political, but all right. I
love where it went.
I enjoyed that. Please drop us a message, a like, a comment. Please do share.
सालेओ subscribe करो YouTube पे, okay? ऐसी full time करना काम, okay? मैंने काम छाड़ना, मैं फिर भी काम करना, तो शायद पार्ट टाइम हो जावा पर इतना मैं काम करना ओके तुझे सब्सक्राइब करो
Yes, save my life, save me from the world of work.
खोता
Much love guys, see you soon, bye.